What's going on, everybody? Okay, it is now time. After lots of work, lots of struggle, I went through a lot for this. It's time to get fancy. That's right, Aaron. It's fancy time. Y'all know me, hopefully by now. I'm a fancy boy, and I do fancy things to make them even more fancy. That's for you, Aaron. I finally finished my Fallen install. And man, it almost beat me, guys. It almost beat me. So I have other videos, about 2 videos now, to this hilt. And I first one was just how it came. Second one was the weathering, which I thoroughly enjoyed doing. I had a lot of fun weathering this thing. Probably the best part of the build for me, personally. Because, man, this install, for some reason, I just had one of those days. I was talking to my buddies, Dylan and Joss, and I was like, y'all, I don't know what it is, man. Everything I try to do, I felt like I was in one of those rowboats, and holes kept popping up, and I put one finger in, and another hole would pop up, and I put another one in and I was sitting there like, no, I can't. I mean, down to just a couple minutes ago, my speaker went out on me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta replace the speaker. But I'm very happy with it. Hopefully nothing else goes wrong. So I installed this with a CFX and neopixel. We have Hexic saber installation. Hexic on Etsy. Jeff Burt's really cool dude, really nice guy. He has an Etsy store, does a lot of installs, videos, his channel as well. Y'all go check out Jeff's saber channel. It's Hexic Sabers, Hexic Saber Installations. I'm sorry, Jeff. I just always know by by your name, but I've always watched those and they're great. So board is tucked in under there, kind of sits in under the body. SD card, battery, speaker. I mean, you know, basic chassis. Came with a switch holder, which I was like awesome. Because I wasn't sure how I was going to do that. So you got your switch holder, little 3D printed switch holder, and yeah, it holds in recessed in that one. And then this is also from Jeff too. Think about it, this blade plug came from him. I bought it a while ago, but it worked great, and it was the right size too. I mean, like, it was just perfect. As soon as I put it in, I was like, wow, what are the chances? I'm gonna get right to it because this is gonna be a long video, y'all. This is gonna be probably the longest one. This thing is packed with fonts. Okay, so you've seen me review some fonts if you've paid attention to my channel, which if you haven't, shame on you. Just kidding. I've done a lot of font reviews for Fallen fonts. Repulse and Aaron too, Fonts by Fours, they did a collab. I believe they both collabed on all of them, if not one. I know the Korbanth special they did. So I have a lot from Repulse, because he has 2 banks. Whoa, hold up. Sorry guys, stuff's falling off my shelf. Oh hey, there you go. Check out Jeff at Hexic Saber Installation. So I was right. Okay, cool. It just fell off the shelf there. So I have sorry, Brandon has 2 fonts. It's been a long day, y'all. Brandon has Link from Repulse has a standard and a theatrical. That's something that Fonts by Fours does too. Aaron does that. Everyone's been kind of, I think that's the way to go, and that's Aaron represent. He kind of gives you both those options. The theatrical has a bunch of quotes, so obviously I have to have it on here. So I have like 2, oh gosh, quite a bit from that alone. And then I've got my boy Jesse Kirkbright, y'all know, Kyberphonic Fonts. Him and K Sith, they did a collab on their Fallen package, and that has a lot of good ones on there as well. So this thing is just blinged out, of course, with Fallen package. I think I'm on Repulse right now on the And this is the Fallen package from Repulse. You can get it on his website, his Facebook link. I think it's theatrical, so we're going to do a lot of quotes real quick, and then I'll do the Blade demo. Yes, I know the Blade demo will be in a minute, but let's go ahead and get to it.
We can do this.
Oh, maybe not. We went right to it.
Locked door, need BD1.
And Joe, my buddy Joe, good dude, asked me about sound resonance. Dude, this thing's got some really good sound resonance. For having a pommel right here and all this junk going on, well, I did most of that, but pretty good resonance. It sounds great. It really does.
Sound bank selection.
Fallen Apprentice, blue. Fallen Apprentice, green.
Ooh, green's good stuff.
You ready for a swim, BD?
Oh.
You just wrecked a perfectly good walker. Got a name?
And I tweaked the CFX to my liking. So the sensitivity is, man, that looks good in there. The sensitivity I tweak to get it to where you have smooth swing, but then to get that accent swing, you get it. So you really got to kind of play with it to get those accents, which I think is really realistic, and I've kind of dialed that into my liking.
Firing on us, and our weapons are down.
Is that him? Tell him he better get his butt.
Alright, this is going to be a long video, guys.
Get a load of the kid. He thinks we're back in the Clone Wars.
I'll go through a few, and then I'll throw the blade in.
So what's your plan?
Whoop.
Sabotage.
Sorry.
I think this lifestyle suits you. Sound bank selection.
Fallen Apprentice, purple. Fallen Apprentice, orange.
I'm skipping over purple. Sorry. I'm going straight to orange because I like orange. Then I'm going to put the blade in. We're going to go crazy.
Okay, let's try this again.
I like orange a lot.
Only death awaits you here.
Orange has a really good... It's just like a... I don't know, it's just like some kind of... It's so different, I like it.
You don't have real power. Face us in back. It's the outsider.
Big old flying womp rat. I don't know what it was. It was like a...
Yeah, I'm great. Wish I could say the same for this creature, though.
Whatever that thing was that you spoil. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert, man. This I should have said that 9 minutes. I should have said that at the beginning. There's gonna be some spoilers if you haven't played the game yet. It's been out for a while now.
Sound bank selection.
Fallen Apprentice, orange. Fallen Apprentice, yellow.
Yellow.
We gotta find another way.
Alright. It's time. It's time to put that blade in. I know y'all want to see it. Y'all want that light. You want that special light. Well, thank you for being patient. I figured sample it out a couple of them and then give you the goods. And, let's make sure that's in there.
Couple bugs ain't gonna kill you, kid. Unless one picks up. I found the tomb of the Zepho sage. They definitely use the Force.
They definitely use the Force.
You better get moving. There's a lot to learn here. Good luck.
Look at that.
Cordova had a Wookiee friend named Tarful. Maybe we can find him.
Sound bank selection.
Okay, so we're still on the Repulse theatrical. I'm gonna try to fly through this. I guys got like 40 fonts on here. Cyan's cool. Let's do Cyan real quick.
They won't be using that anytime soon. Your odds of surviving are low.
That looks good. You hear that little dude?
I can't keep track of it. I can't keep track of it.
I love it. Oh man.
Lock door, need BD1.
Sound bank selection.
All on a princess, Cyan. All on a princess, Magenta.
Magenta. Man, I remember back when people used to review these sabers, they'd have like 2 fonts on them.
All on a princess, Indigo. All on Master.
Oh, the Master's pretty good.
Every Jedi faces the dark side.
I love this font.
I like your confidence.
We're gonna do it.
It's too late, sir.
It's another one of these very interesting swings. And this is redeemed. Whoop, sorry.
I won't let you take those children.
Dear! Listen to me! You have a choice.
Get up. May the Force be with you.
Super cool. Man,
Sound bank selection.
Every Jedi faces
Inquisitorius.
the Inquisitors. Let's do one of them. You get the second sister and the ninth sister. I put them both on, obviously. Like I said, I decked this thing out. I was like, let's just spare no expense when it comes to the fonts on this bad boy.
That's right. On your knees.
This is the second sister.
Outstanding. I've carried so much hate for you.
So good.
Sound bank selection.
Inquisitores.
This is the ninth sister. She's like, I don't know what second sister sees in you, blah, blah, blah. It's really good, but I'm trying to fly through because we got a lot more.
Restore the Jedi Order.
Terran Malkos. This is the Wanderer. So we're still on.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
We're still on the fonts by Repulse.
Dathomir will be your grave.
This power is beyond your control!
Super cool.
We have much in common.
Sound bank selection.
Restore the Jedi Order.
Such hatred.
Ooh, I'm gonna do it. Y'all, I said it, the 9-minute mark. Spoiler alert, okay? This is gonna have some spoilers in it. This part was sick in the game.
That doesn't look good. It isn't. It's him.
Sword of the Holocaust. Very strange Vader swings.
Surrender the holocron.
I'll never give it to you.
We shall see.
Yes.
Evil. You would have made an excellent Inquisitor.
Beautiful.
Sound bank selection.
We are gonna have some.
Crystal focus.
These two I left on here. Crystal Focus and Nebula are actually really cool, and they kind of go with these sounds.
Nebula.
Crystal focus.
I'll show you real quick, because why not? In the CFX nowadays, when you get it, there is a separate bank inside that is the smooth swing version, which I don't know why they don't just make that the stock standard one, so you gotta go in, and I didn't notice that till not long ago, and I was like, this is actually a really good stock font. Because the swings are dope.
Sound bank selection.
Crystal focus.
Nebula.
Nebula. Nebula's really badass. I definitely enjoy Nebula.
Sound bank selection.
Nebula.
Audio play.
Fallen Apprentice. Blue.
Okay, so now this is still Repulse. I'm going to get to Chirophonic and K-Sith next. This is the standard one, so, like, no quotes,
It's about time I found out who I am.
no preons, no post-offs, just the font. Gotta have that blue at least once, because, I mean, that's classic Cal Kestis, right? Alright.
Sound bank selection.
Fallen Apprentice. Fallen Apprentice. Green.
I gotta hit green and yellow on the way there, though. Well, my boys, I'm sorry. I got to.
You ready for a swim, BD?
It's so much.
Sound bank selection.
All on apprentice. Purple. All on apprentice. Orange.
Actually, I'll do purple.
All on apprentice. Purple.
Purple has a very distinctive sound too.
Looks like we still have work to do.
And that looks good. I mean, look at that.
Sound bank selection.
All on apprentice. All on apprentice. Orange.
Yeah, I told you I gotta stop. Gotta make a quick stop.
Okay, let's try this again.
I'm a sucker for this font. That's kind of amber. That's red. That's close as I got to orange right now, guys. Sorry. Even though it looks very golden amber on camera, still that looks good though. Man, that looks good.
Sound bank selection.
All on apprentice.
Every Jedi faced
Inquisitor. Restored such hatred.
Okay, now we're on the Kyberphonic fonts, which is the Survivor. Kyberphonic fonts and K-Sith, they have their bundle, which is Survivor. It's called the Survivor, and it has tons of the colors on it. It's like, I believe, out of the top of my head, maybe 8. And then if you bought their font package, you got the red, which is like a bonus feature one, which is pretty cool. Red, and red's kind of one of my favorites. And all these, like the repulse ones, they have a bunch of things. With the CFX, they have different ignitions depending on the way you hold the saber. So there's tons of stuff. Again, this video could be an hour long of just me doing the fonts alone. I just wanted to show off a couple of them real quick because these guys, they sent me these fonts a while back to review, and I've loved them. I have them on my Scrapflex, and I come back to these all the time. They're just great all around sounds, good sound quality and everything. So this is the Survivor, and we're gonna start with blue. Because again, you gotta, I mean, this is the first color in the game for a saber. It's just, blue feels like this is what the saber, it belongs on the saber. And one thing I love that Jesse always has he's got good, like he focuses on these swings, at least from what I can tell. They always sound just really good. Don't you turn to the dark side. Too late, son. I'll turn to the dark side so fast. Freaking today was terrible.
Sound bank selection.
Cyan. And I love that, like, they all have each sound font makers, they threw in different like things from the game in there that I love. This is the game come to life. Like, I played the game when it came out, loved it, had a great time. Didn't expect to get this saber anytime soon, and the fact that Aaron hooked me up with it was just, I was so stoked, so beyond stoked. And I was, you know, as a labor of love, this thing kind of beat my freaking Kutukus. Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to keep PG-13. Keep PG-13, Benji. There's children. But I love it, man. And I'm like, just seeing it come to life is a pleasure, for real. Look at that cyan. That look good. You want cyan? Cyan or sky blue? I don't know. I can never tell.
Sound bank selection.
Green got 2. It was the first. As soon as I saw green in the game, I was like, see it blue. Like, I love this saber set up, like the concept art. I love it in blue. In my mind, the saber's only blue. In the game, I immediately jumped to green. I was like, this saber's gonna be green the rest of the game until I found yellow. Oh, it just looks so good. Oh my god! I always go crazy, man. Getting crazy. Y'all know. There ain't no way I can not get crazy and smack things. I'm surprised this desk isn't just obliterated. I'm a sucker for green, y'all. I'm a sucker for green. Oh, whoops. I know, Dylan, my buddy Dylan was like, the switch and the auxiliary are backwards, and I was like, I know. He's like, what did you say, man? He said, that aux button in the activation in the aux button position like has him triggered or something like that because he's so used to like Vader's Vault and everything. And I'm like, no, it totally makes sense because like for me, I was like, this is gonna have a lot of quotes and it's gonna have a lot of stuff, and I was like, I kind of want the blaster bolts and all that stuff to be easily hit, and then the ignition just to be recessed. So that's my ignition. And that's my auxiliary. It's a little weird, but I've gotten so used to it. I love it. Very simple. I mean, it's simple to do either one. All right, let's keep flying.
Selection.
Indigo. I didn't do an indigo. Just gonna hold it right here. Indigo sounds pretty good. They all sound great, man. It's hard to pick which one I land on. I mean, this thing is just an ADD dream.
Selection.
Oh, whoops. Y'all want to hear K-Sith and Kyrophonics Orange? Let's do it. Ah, I love that ignition.
Sound bank selection.
Purple. I did purple. Red. Now I'm going to do red because this is their exclusive. You buy the font package from them, you'll get this one with it. Without it, if you purchase the sound fonts like blue, cyan, green, purple, all individual, you won't have the option to have this font. So this is an exclusive font. And I love the exclusive font. Yeah.
Sound bank selection.
All unapprentice.
We'll do yellow. This is the last one I've got on Korbanth and K-Sith. And that yellow looks good too. This saber looks great with the yellow. Like just the way black and silver and the yellow. I love the way it looks in a yellow. And I'm sorry guys, I completely forgot. The emitter, if you can see, it has a little bit of shine through from some of the windows and vents under the shroud. And that's just super cool. See that in there? Right up in here? And it's just, in person, it looks really cool. And I love this emitter. So freaking, I don't know. At first, I was like, that's a little wild. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess I don't know what I was expecting to see. Oh, it's tight. It's a tight blade socket, which lately has been the bane of my existence. It's got a 7-pin neopixel connector. I know everyone loves the 11 pins in this stock, all that stuff. But I am, I'm broke. I don't make a lot of money, and I just I have so many sabers and so many parts, and I do what I can. I know there's better quality stuff out there. I know that people would be like, "Oh, how could you deal with it, homeboy?" These are my personal sabers. I gotta put up the cheddar cheese to freaking put in this thing. If I have some speakers that are, Vecco speakers lying around, which I do, I have a few, and then I have I have already all the neopixel 7-pin connectors all set up, then I'm gonna use that. So deal with it. Alright, hold on. Let's show it off in blue.
Sound bank selection.
All on apprentice. Blue.
I guess it's about time I find out who I am.
So, if you didn't see the other video where I talk about the weathering, shame on you. Just kidding. This is not how the pommel comes originally. You have maybe about right to here, up a little bit, and then it kind of like it's just a straight tube with a recessed pommel, and this can untwist. So what I did was I cut into it. I blew it up. I tried to make it look as close as I could with what I could, because you can't cut up too far, or you go to the pommel and the speaker and all that stuff. So this is about as far as I could go with it. The weathering that I did, which this is one of my favorites that I've done as far as weathering goes. This was with aluminum black and some acrylic wash, even some Rust-Oleum. Hit it, take it down, get it in the crevices, and then clear coat it. So very simple process. It just turned out really good because I'm just that good. Just kidding. I lucked out. This is all luck. It's all luck of the draw with the weathering. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've weathered a bunch of sabers before. I knew what I was doing, but I don't know. This one just, and maybe it's just because this specific saber just looks so good weathered. But
Guess we're on the right track, huh, BD?
look at that emitter. See what I was saying though about the? It looks super cool, and then you can even see it. Sometimes, yeah, like right there. You can see it down there too.
Jedi's on the move. He can't be. Had to take a shot.
Help me, BD.
Little stems, whatever.
Looks like we still have work to do.
Love
Sound
BB1.
bank selection.
All on apprentice. All on apprentice. Green.
Stopping at green.
You ready for a swim, BD? That was close.
I love it. On green, you can hear him kind of grunting while he swings. Sometimes you hear him hitting people too.
We won't be using that anytime soon. You won't be using that anytime soon.
Now we've got a walker firing on us, and our weapons are down. Is that him? Tell him he better get his butt.
See that? that? See that green in there? Super cool. See? There you go. You can hear him grunting in the swings on that one.
Get a load of the kid. He thinks we're back in the Clone Wars.
So cool. And I love the arrow.
Sound bank selection.
Fallen apprentice. Green. Fallen apprentice.
Purple.
Fallen apprentice. Orange.
Orange. We did these.
Fallen apprentice. Yellow. Fallen apprentice. Cyan.
Wait, did we do yellow for this one?
Fallen apprentice. Yellow.
We gotta find another way.
Couple bumps ain't gonna kill you, kid.
Unless the wind picks up.
Oh, that's not yellow. Hold on, bros and lady dudes. Bros and ladies. Bros and ladies. It's an odd choice that I chose. Alright, that's yellow, huh? Yeah. It's really cool. You can see some of the rust in some of the corners and whatnot.
Bet they didn't see that coming.
Like, tooting my own horn here.
I found the tomb of the Zepho sage. They definitely used the Force.
Toot my own horn here, but man, did I do a good job on with
Sound
it.
bank selection.
Fallen apprentice. Yellow. Fallen apprentice. Cyan.
And y'all want to know why I did such a good job on the weathering? It's because I'm a fancy boy, that's why. Alright, Cyan.
They won't be using that anytime soon.
Yes, they will.
Your odds of surviving are low.
She gorgeous. Alright.
They won't be using that anytime soon.
Yes, they will.
Sound bank selection.
Fallen apprentice. Fallen apprentice. Magenta.
Let's just do magenta.
Always looking on the bright side. Thanks, buddy.
And I don't know if you can tell when the light hits it a certain way. I noticed in the game too that the bottom part I sanded it down a lot, like so it like melted. I should have done it a lot more, but I think that's a cool attention to detail. When you see it in person and the light kind of like gleams over it, you're kind of like, oh hey, that's okay. It's not as pretty up here, but again,
Can't argue with that.
can't argue with that. Sounds so good. This is my longest video yet, you guys. And it's not saying much.
BD! Help me, BD! Here, buddy! Stem, BD!
Stem, BB.
Help me, BD! Guess we're on the right track, huh, BD? That's better. Thanks, little droid.
Sound bank selection.
Fallen apprentice. Magenta.
Ooh, you know what? I didn't think about it. Let's go back up to...
Every Jedi.
Fallen apprentice.
Audio player.
Fallen apprentice. Blue.
Okay. Back to 1.
I guess it's about time I find out who I am.
This I have about 19 different tracks from the game, from the music that I'll run through a little bit. Music was really cool in the game too. Let you listen to some music and take a look at this pommel that I crafted, and just was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like the salt, dude. Like I just kind of sprinkled some weathering. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know what I'm talking about? The glasses. And I was just like, that'll do. That'll do. It's late, guys. I'm getting tired. I'm telling you, 19 different songs. Yeah, let's end on this one. Dun, dun, dun. This is when you're like on Kashyyyk, sneaking around the AT-ATs. That's very like Return of the Jedi. This feels original trilogy to me. This all the music does, obviously. Alright guys, sorry for the really long video, ridiculously long video. If you stuck around, thank you very much. I hope you had fun. I know I did. This thing was a pain in my butt to make. I had to make the blade, I had to make all this stuff happen, and it was a really long, hard process. That's what she said. No, wait, family friendly, sorry guys. But I love it. Hopefully there are no more problems with it. Hopefully I've solved every single problem I had with this thing. I mean, like I said in the beginning, it was like I got the switch in, and then I couldn't get this in, and I got that in, and then this part down here, then I got that in, and then that, and then I slid that in, and then that broke, and then I fixed that, and that down here went out, and then I was like, oh my gosh, and then that didn't work, and then I put a blade in, and the blade didn't work. Like, I've got to tell you guys, I cussed up a storm. I said some bad words, but I'm very happy with the way that this came out. This looks really good. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll do an up-close video on it soon. I'm hopefully going to be doing a, I got a box specifically for it that I'm going to do, make it, and an engraved emblem on top with, Master T'Pol, Trust Only in the Force, and all that stuff. So that'll be further down the road. But for now, I just wanted to share this because I love it, and it's one of my faves in my collection now. Thank you, Aaron. Fonts by Fours, you're my dude. I appreciate you. I hope this makes you happy to see that it went to a good home, and she's done. She's complete. I wish I could let you have at it, you know. But yeah, thank you to Kyberphonic Fonts for supplying the fonts. Jesse, you're the man. You've been pumping me. You've been pumping out fonts and giving and sending them to me to review for you, and I dig it so much. I got to do your Rise of Skywalker Graphics font next. He sent that to me a while ago, guys. It's awesome. I mean, every time he sends me a font, it's great. Same with Aaron, and who also makes fonts by Fours, obviously, which is how the fancy boy thing came along, because people fonts by Fours A. It's fonts by Fours, guys. I say fonts by Fours A because I'm fancy. And thank you, K Sith, as well, who collaborated with him. Really good, good dude. Very nice. And then of course, Link from Repulse. Dude, your fonts are amazing. I love every bit of it. This looks cool. This is all great, but you all brought it to life for me, and I really appreciate that, you guys. But anyways, that'll do it for this video. Thank you guys so much. Sorry again for the long video, but she needed some special care. And again, I tried to get it on through for you guys, but ridiculously long. All right, guys, I will ridiculously long. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.